Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new here. I thought I would do something special because I missed 31 days of Halloween, mostly because I didn't have my poop in a group early enough in the month. I thought I would do kind of like Vlogmas, but I'm not going to stop at the 25th. I'm going to be really ambitious, and I'm going to do 31 days of December. And try and upload a video for you every single day. I know that seems a little overambitious, but I'm going to do my best to bring you content every single day of December. And this all comes around basically a set of new things, which means, for one, new lighting gear. As you can see, things are much more well lit around here, and that's because I got my lighting gear. I have been working on a new intro. I have been, well, which you've already seen. I have also redone the backdrop to make it a little more festive. So I've got all of our stockings here, minus a couple. There are 7 of us in this household, but my bookshelf does not hold 7 stockings, and we got rid of our fireplace, as well as my little light up village that you can see here behind me. This is also very special to me because it used to be my mom's, and she passed it down to me a couple of years ago because I insisted we put it out every single year, and now my roommate has to suffer the same consequences. And thankfully, she actually likes it and has actually contributed a couple of pieces. One of them, most notably, is the clock tower here in the background. And yeah, so that's it for all of my new stuff between new lighting gear and new backdrop for the month of December. Today's topic, we are going to jump in on shadow people. Now, I kind of touched on the general idea of them way back in my first video about the Hat Man, but I thought I would kind of do a little overview of what shadow people are believed to be. It varies from person to person, and there's no real concrete evidence to suggest what they are exactly. So yeah, we'll just go through kind of the general ideas of what shadow people are. My cat loves being in the center of attention. So we are going to start with the most common person theory, I guess. If you are a non-believer, most people are just going to tell you this. It is a figment of your imagination. You're just seeing things. There's nothing actually there. You're just, not in the right mind space, or you're seeing things that are just like quick glimpses of something moving, and it's not actually anything to worry about. Now, Kat is really fascinated by the new ring light and the camera. So it's a figment of your imagination. What that really means is, yeah, you are not actually seeing anything. One of the other biggest ones is that you are seeing a ghost. Now, some people have a lot of debate about this. Most apparitions, they say, are things that appear in either a full body apparition where it is very clear as day, it's a person and you can tell, or they come as like a white mist. Now, some people say that shadow people are just as much apparitions as they are, as apparitions are ghosts. It's just that they're not completely coming through. So it's almost like they're trying to come through with their energy, but they're creating a void in the space that they're in. It's not super well received. A lot of people think that shadow people are malevolent, that they are demons, that they are forebearers of bad things to come. And one of the biggest groups of people who experience seeing shadow peoples are actually people who have experienced sleep paralysis, as well as people who suffer from addictions, whether it's substance abuse or otherwise, and people who have a lot of mental health trauma as well, which is another reason that they believe that it is almost like that monkey on your back, so to speak, where it is something that is always looming around you. Some people have also reported that the shadow people talk to them, that it is like the thing that is making them do what they're doing in the first place. And it's not always a good thing. I have experienced shadow people before. I do not have a substance abuse addiction. I do not experience sleep paralysis all that often. I have in the past for sure, but not to the extent that I know a lot of people out there have experienced it. I've definitely had my dark times. I have definitely been in a place where I've not been proud of being. And I have seen things then as well. And I think it's a little bit of a weird situation of, are they really things that are actually coercing us into doing the bad things that we are doing, or convince us to do things that we wouldn't normally do? Or are they actually beings that are there trying to help us get out of those things, and we're just not listening to them and twisting their words? I also fully believe that they could be ghosts of people. I mean, I've definitely seen shadow people and not actually been creeped out about their presence, but just startled by their presence, because it is something that you like catch a glimpse out of it out of the corner of your eye, or you turn a corner and there's somebody standing there, but there's nobody actually there. And I think it's just a case-to-case basis. Another thing that people have speculated that they are is time travelers. I had never heard this one before until I went looking. And so it's basically based on the theory that these time travelers are actually showing up as shadow people because they're not meant to be there. Or they're actually the future version of the person who is there in the situation. So that's why you're not seeing yourself clearly. And they're a representation of you or somebody around you. I thought that was an interesting theory. I'm not sure if I really buy it, although I do absolutely love the theory of time travel. So anything is possible at the end of the day. Another one that people really like to talk about is them being aliens. Now, I could see that. I mean, we don't actually have any concrete evidence about what aliens look like, so maybe in order to protect themselves, they turn up as shadow people. Who knows? I think at the end of the day, the alien theory could actually work out really well for that. But I think all of these theories have a good place, a good premise on what they are and what they actually mean. The last and final thing that people have speculated about what shadow people are is actually astral bodies. Now, I will get way deeper into this in a different video in the future. But what they mean is people who can astral project. Now, what that means is basically people who can go into a meditative type of state and actually leave their body while still tethered to it and move themselves to a different place, whether it's somewhere in the same town or in a completely different place altogether, and be in the time and space with you. Even if they're across the world. And so their theory is that these astral beings and these astral bodies are people who are actually showing up from somewhere else, and they're appearing in your space, startling the heck out of you, but appearing in your space and being around you during that time before returning to their own live vessel. like I said, I'll get into astral travel in a different video, but I thought it was a really cool thing. In my experience, when I have been around anything that I would consider astral travel, I have actually seen the person fully as they are, not just a shadow of a person, but maybe it also shows up to people as a shadow because their skills are not fully developed. So I think it's just a really interesting world that there's no definitive concrete answer as to what shadow people are. There is nothing to say like yes or no. There is nothing to say that they are something or aren't something. And I think until we can get more information, which might be hard, it'll be a long process to try and figure it out. Most of the time now, though, whether you're watching shows like Ghost Adventures or Ghost Hunters, any of those shows really, shadow people are time and time again not good. They're evil, they're demonic, they are bad news, and you should just be fully aware of everything going on around you at all times when you see them. I think that's fair. Like I said, I've had experiences where I've seen shadow people and it's more just startling than actually malevolent. But who knows? Maybe they were there for another reason and I just wasn't paying attention at the time. I think that's all I've got on the topic, but I would love to hear your stories if you have experienced shadow people, what the situation was, where you were, what happened during the encounter with them. And yeah, I'd love to hear your stories. So leave them below in the comments. If you haven't already, please give this video a thumbs up. It makes me super happy knowing that you guys are liking the content I'm putting out. And it will also help me figure out whether or not I should talk about a topic more or less and just kind of cater to you guys, because I do want you guys to be very happy and excited about the videos that I'm putting out into the YouTube verse. Otherwise, if you haven't already, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell because, like I said, for the entire month of December, we are going to go through and upload a video every single day for your viewing pleasure. That's it for me. Bye, guys.